Hello and welcome to the Tavern Chat Cast. Today, the news is uh, Goodman Games has acquired Drak Tower from Judges Guild. Now, they didn't acquire the rights. They apparently actually acquired, I guess, the copyright. Right? Here's the announcement. This is from the 27th, so that's, over the weekend, 3 days ago. We here at Goodman Games love bringing the classic adventures of tabletop's formative era to the contemporary RPGers of today. In fact, we've just recently announced our latest classic conversion project at GaryCon during the What's New with Goodman Games seminar, but we couldn't wait to share a little bit more with you. So step back in time with us to 1980 and have a crawl through the only non-TSR module to ever make Dungeon Magazine's cut as one of the greatest D&D modules of all time, Drak Tower. Goodman Games has acquired Drak Tower from the Judges Guild and will republish it in fully converted 5e and DCC RPG editions later this year. Director of Product Development Chris Doyle will lead the conversion to 5e, and original Drak Tower creator Janelle Jacquez will be included in design work on the new edition. All right. Interesting stuff, right? But let's go back to an announcement from February 18th of 2020. I find this to be interesting. This is after, Bob Bledsoe II did the long jump off the short pier of, of common sense, and decided to fill their Facebook feed with racist, bigoted, anti-Semitic, a whole bunch of crap, which he then denied. But in any case, it wasn't a hack. It was a shit show. So, this is the announcement from February 18th of 2020. Following up on our recent video, this statement is to confirm the following points regarding Goodman Games and our former relationship with Judges Guild. To start with, we are disgusted and disheartened by the anti-Semitism, bigotry, racism, homophobia, and transphobia exhibited by the current owners of Judges Guild. Goodman Games has stopped selling our previous Judges Guild products through all distribution channels. Judges Guild will no longer receive income from Goodman Games products now that sales of their titles have ceased. We have one remaining product to release, which is the collector's edition, focused on the works of Janelle Jacquez. Janelle's story is one quite different from the views espoused by Bob Bledsoe Jr. Judges Guild and Bob Bledsoe Jr. have agreed to receive no royalties of any kind from this title. To say it bluntly, Bob Bledsoe Jr. and Judges Guild will not profit from the Judges Guild Deluxe Collector's Edition Volume 2, focused on the works of Janelle Jacquez. Goodman Games will match 20% of the proceeds of this title with donations, 10% to the Anti-Defamation League and 10% to GLAAD. The funds that would have been used for a Judges Guild licensing state fee will be included in this donation, as requested by Bob Bledsoe Jr. After this final volume, we have no plans to release future Judges Guild titles. We are deeply saddened and frankly horrified by the views espoused by Bob Bledsoe Jr. Okay. Let's go forward. September 18th, 2020. Again, from Goodman Games. A brand new Kickstarter from Goodman Games is now live. This time out, we are bringing you a collection that reprints and celebrates the work of Janelle Jacquez, specifically the work that she created during the early days of the Judges Guild. We are talking about the Judges Guild Deluxe Collector's Edition Volume 2 Kickstarter, which reprints the Caverns of Tracia, Drak Tower, Rare Dungeoneer zines, and more from the golden age of role-playing. Okay. Let's skip ahead. So, what exactly will you find inside this book? Here's the description straight from the Kickstarter. This Kickstarter funds the scanning, digital restoration, and print publication of an oversized deluxe collector's edition of classic Judges Guild RPG adventures and designs. scenes, whatever. This second volume in the series focuses on material created, illustrated, and produced by Janelle Jacquez. In lieu of royalties, Judges Guild has agreed to donate a portion of proceeds from the Kickstarter to benefit two special charities, as outlined below. We'll kind of be repeated here. In lieu of royalties from the production of this volume of the Deluxe Collector's Edition, Judges Guild has agreed to donate their royalty to philanthropic causes, and Goodman Games will match that donation. Therefore, a total of 20% of the proceeds from this Kickstarter will be donated to charity, 10% to the Anti-Defamation League, and 10% to GLAAD. All right. So, Kickstarter went out. Fine. And now, as you see, we've already got Drak Tower reprinted, but that's the classic version. And over a year ago, Goodman Games said this is the last of what we're going to be doing with Judges Guild. Okay. So, what do they do now? Like I said, they acquired Drak Tower from the Judges Guild. Now, the licensing monies that would have been paid to them from the first project raised $85,000, which means Judges Guild would have been entitled to $8,500. Would $8,500 be enough to have made the backers of the City, State, and Invincible Overlord Kickstarter project whole? I don't know. Maybe it would have given everybody PDF copies of the work that is still trying to raise money to print. Fuck the print. Give people the content, but no. So, why? And since they, being Goodman Games, acquired this from Judges Guild, if a licensing fee would have been $8,500 for the last project, you got to figure they must have paid to actually buy one of those two titles, because I believe that Janelle already had the rights to the Dungeoneer zine, but figure to actually buy the rights to one of these projects, at least $10,000, if not $15,000, right? So between the two, you would have had about $20,000 to make people whole to the City, State, and Municipal Overlord. At least now you know money got paid out to Judges Guild. I thought they weren't going to work with Judges Guild anymore, but now you've given money to them. You have to. Judges Guild did not just say, "Oh, okay, here, take this. You've acquired it." It means there's a benefit that went to the Bloodsows. Now, you would think that if the benefit went to the Bloodsows, there would be an update on the Kickstarter page, because, that's what you would do, right? But no, the Kickstarter page, here we go, was not updated since May 11th of 2020, where you get the excuses of backers and friends, and we hope we still have some, as help from other sources never seem to come forth as promised. No source is going to help them, except maybe Goodman Games, if they actually, again, they didn't license this time. They acquired the rights. I'd love to know what that actually entailed. They're going slow, but I have not given up. Progress is being made, and print funds are still being raised. Theoretically, thousands of dollars, I guess. This is largely due to our new web store and a new book by the Bascore, financed by son Aaron Bloodsoe, who was granting 50% of the proceeds from the site to the CSIO Kickstarter print fund. Now, folks, I went to the Judges Guild website. It doesn't even have an Alexa ranking. Okay? Nobody is going there. Nobody's buying shit. But the reality is, nobody is going to get shit. Okay? I don't know what monies went in, but now that Bob II has yet another son working on the project after Bob III squirreled away monies from that project. My favorite story of that fiasco was Bob III requesting monies from Bob II, his father, to hire a layout artist. And then after getting the money to hire a layout artist, decided he would teach himself layout, because why pay somebody when you can give the money to yourself? And by the way, Better Batchcar has expanded from 30 to 70 pages. The material used is much of the same, which has added to an additional 30 plus pages to Succeed an Invincible Overlord. There's nothing there. You could drop an email to Judges Guild, and they will drop a large street text only for you to see. Ooh, yes, I think that's, again, this is from last May. So, folks, if you're a backer of the City State and Invincible Overlord, and you're like, what happened? Where is the monies, right? Why are we not hearing updates? Well, supposedly, as of a couple months ago, Bob hadn't logged into his Kickstarter account since last May, shortly after he put this update up. And the update's an interesting read. Don't get me wrong. It's interesting in the woe is me excuses that he throws in there. Nobody really cares about your woe is me. People want to know, am I going to get what I paid for, or is this basically walking away with the money? And if it is, great. Go fuck yourself, close up shop, and go home. Don't lead people on. This is on the par right now with Far West. Although Far West has taken it one step further, Garrett Sharka, who you can't even contact him on the forums, because you can't. He's not going to read the Kickstarter comments anymore. If you want to contact him about the project, you have to use his forums. But last I checked, and I'll admit, it was a couple of months ago, because you can only try. I'm not going to try on a daily basis. You try to register for the forums, you can't. The registration bot is broken. So it's a big fuck you. This, from the Bloodsows, is a big fuck you. So there you have it. Listen, Janelle does great work. I wish her success with her latest project. I would just like to get an update from Judges Guild as to how this new influx of cash they must have gotten from Goodman Games, after Goodman said they weren't going to do any more work on Judges Guild products. I'd love to know if this extra cash is going to lead to us as backers of the CSIO Kickstarter to actually receive anything. But I think we're going to get a fuck you. I think that's what we're going to get. I really do. I could be wrong. Bob could prove me wrong. I don't think he will. All right, folks. On that note, as always, we're in the midst of the world of COVID. Not a medical professional. I make no claims to be so. Use your common sense to keep yourself, your loved ones, your family, your friends, your community healthy and safe. Be safe, be well, God bless. Roll those dice. Knock on wood. I should be back tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, with Bad Mike. We're going to do Talking Crit. I'm sure we have a special guest. I can't even think of who it is right now. Overwhelmed. But please, if you're listening on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. It does wonders. Comment, like, and voicemails 347-509-5168. 347-509-5168. Again, it only took me nearly 3 years to memorize that fucking number. All right, folks. On that note, I'm out of here. Laters.